Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Volusia Speedway here at J-Skins Media Solution Broadcasting, or as I like to call it, JMS. And in the booth with me for this special event that we have at JMS, this inaugural season, the first race, the first season of the SoDiRT SMART Midget Series, I have Dan Smith, longtime friend, longtime buddy, one of the most colorful people that does any type of broadcasting. Mr. Smith, why don't you give everyone a shout out and hello?
Hey man, nothing like pouring the pressure on KR. I haven't done any of this iRacing stuff for a while, man. So we'll see how it goes, but pretty excited here to be here on the debut night of the SoDiRT SMART Midget Series. And how about that name, SMART Midget Series? I know we're going to talk a little more about that, but isn't that kind of an oxymoron with iRacing?
You know what? If I could spell oxymoron, I could probably give you a phrase or two to go with it.
Imagine that, man. But at any rate, man, yeah, good to be back with you, KR. Proud of what you've been doing with JMS Broadcasting Solutions, and pretty excited to get this going tonight, man.
We are too, as qualifying is getting underway as we're talking about it. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and mention Pace Performance Coatings. This guy here, he put up all the money for all of this. So Pace Performance Coatings, big shout out to them. And also Rosie's Raceland, the Northwest Iowa premier t-shirt company. These guys giving out a t-shirt tonight to the race winner. You can find them on Facebook at Rosie's Raceland. So qualifying underway, Dan, and I'll tell you a couple of names that are going to stand out here to me so far. Weston Newell, Ray Farlow, and man, some other heavy hitters that are out here.
Yeah, I'm not real familiar with the dirt midget stuff, KR, to be honest with you. I don't run these enough to know who's the heavy hitters and these are not. Kind of watch the practice going on there. before they went into qualifying. And you're right, Ray's throwed up a hell of a time there. 16.862 now. Or no, Cody Trammell with an 8.62. Ray Farlow second now. But hey, man, KR, if you don't mind, I want to give some basics out there to some people that's listening. We're at Volusia, obviously, here tonight. Weather 78 degrees. Late afternoon, northwest winds 40% on the barometer. And we're dealing with 20% track usage for every session tonight, KR. So that 20%, man, that's going to set up for some pretty exciting stuff, I think, as the track wears.
You know, yeah, the track is getting reset. It's not carrying over. We have 30 cars that have logged into this session. So a lot of cars out here for this opening season, opening race. And we look forward to bringing it to all y'all out there in YouTube land. And it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I think so, man. And I think 30 cars, Gary, you'd have to tell me you got the iRacing information, but I think it's going to probably break down, I'm guessing, 4 heats. I know we talked about 2 heats. They're going to be taking the top 3 from each one of those heats, whether it's 2 or 4 or whatever it ends up being. Top 3 are going straight today. Everybody else will go to the B for a 24-car field for the A main. I believe they're going to run 30 laps tonight. Is that correct?
30-lap event. All iRacing controlled tonight.
For the invert number for the heats is going to be 4 and a 6 invert for the feature. So these fast guys are going to have to work through some traffic amongst themselves in these heat races and features. So yeah, 20% track usage reset for each session. Doesn't give a lot of time for the track. You know, the heat races, it should be okay, KR, but a 30-lap feature starting off at 20%, it ought to wear out pretty quick, man.
It's going to wear out, and Volusia likes to wear out right along the bottom here really quick. And the top side, not a lot of people venture to the top side, so I'd be looking for that top side to hang out and be the fast way around here towards the end of the race.
Well, we haven't talked about this yet either, KR. Here at Volusia, we know we got that front stretch speed bump, man, that ramp, as people call it, that launches you off there, man, when the track gets wore out here a little bit. So that's going to be an area we're going to have to watch. And, you know, the way turn 4 tightens up on exit, I think that's another area we're going to have to watch. But I agree with you, man. If somebody can get that top working, I think it may be to their advantage to get up there and roll around that top, even if they have to do it by themselves. You know, the first half of the feature, I think it'll pay off for them that second half. Everybody's going to be wanting to run the bottom here, I have a feeling.
Yeah, the bottom's going to be the quick way around here for a while till the track wears out. We got about 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to qualifying still, but everyone has turned a lap. Almost everyone has turned a lap so far, and currently no one out on track to turn laps. We got to watch a couple drivers turn in their laps, as this was a closed qualifying session, single car qualifying, so everyone went out, did their laps at once. And
yeah,
you know, it makes for a little bit hard on us broadcasters, but it does move along the qualifying session pretty quick.
It does, man. KR, let's run through that qualifying order real quick, man. I'll run off about 5 of them here, and then you take over, and we'll go from there, man. So right now, you're sitting on the pole is the 34 of Cody Trammell at a 16.862. The 72 of Ray Farlow will be outside, is the second quick qualifier at a 16.901. The 57 of Anthony Leprosto at 16.944. The 191 of Chase Barber at a 16.955. The 127 of Stephen Hill at 16.982. What's going on from there, KR?
We got Bruce Jones, and I will say you missed your count a little bit. I have Austin Simmelman scored as our pole sitter quick time with a 16.696. So other than that, everything was correct. Bruce Jones was 7th with a 17.017. Justin Johnson was 17.021 in 8th. 9th was Cole Newfalfa with a 17.036. And Ryan Union Buster Pace rounds out the top 10 with a 17.042.
And you are correct, KR. I forgot to page up on my results there. So my apologies to Austin Silman, Team VLR driver. So big shout out to VLR as well. Moving on, your 11th through 15th would be the number 2 of Brett Gutschow at a 17.062. The 38 of Timothy Smith at a 17.123. The 27 of Jeffrey the Jet Stanton at 17.143, and Jody Rosenboom at a 17.152.
Yeah, Chad Beavers in the 21 machine with a 17.173. Thomas Beckett with a 17.176. Man, that's almost like a baguette. We got some French people here. Chad Bevers. And who was the other one that we were making fun of with a French accent earlier? We need to... Who was that? I can't remember it now. Now I'm mad at myself. It was Trammell. Cody Trammell. Yes.
There you go,
Up
man.
in second, Cody Trammell. It's also Trimmel, but we'll call him Trammell. Anyways, moving on. Dylan Workman, 17th with a 17.221. And just like that, everything is reset, and we're getting ready to go racing.
Yeah, we didn't quite make it through the qualifying order, did we? Through there.
No, we spent a little too much time goofing off, but hey, I'll tell you what, we're getting ready to fire up this first heat race, and it's going to be interesting who's in this heat race.
If my iRacing screen is reading correctly, it looks like Jeffrey Stanton will be on the pole in the 27 car. Outside front row is going to be Cole Newhaufen. Did I say it right? Newhaufen in the 8 car. Inside second row is going to be the 72 of Ray Farlow. Outside the second row is going to be the 18 of Austin Simmelman. Bringing up the third row is going to be the 227 of Dylan Workman and the number 5 of Trampus Kolthoff. So that's your 6 in this heat. We're going to take the top 3 to the A. The rest are going to go to the B main, KR.
We are, and just a quick shout out to Austin O'Neill. He just lives about an hour away from me, so anytime you see somebody in the iRacing community who's not too far away from you, it's always cool to get to hang out with them. Austin O'Neill, he's a young gun. Be watching for him to come through the iRacing ranks. 15 years old, rides a mini sprint and a street stock here in the local tracks.
There you go. And your last guy on the field is the 1 car of Travis Schurz in that 1 car. So that's your 8 cars. I said 6 earlier. That's your 8 cars in this first heat. Again, top 3 going to the A main, everybody else to the B. KR, I believe lights are out on the pace truck, brother.
Lights are out on the pace truck. That means that thing is about to get out of our way. We're going to unleash these 4-cylinder monsters. I bet half this field pulls a wheelie as soon as they roll into that throttle.
More than likely, the front ends on these midgets are pretty damn light. That's for sure. These Spike Bullet chassis, TRD'd powered midgets, I guess I should mention, KR.
All right, so our leader, Jeffrey Stanton, has control of the field here as the pace car gets ready to pull off. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Stanton getting a great jump, picking the front end up, going corner entry, now to the outside. Everyone through turn 1, down the backstretch. Here we go.
Stanton still with the lead, coming off 4 down the main stretch. Cole Newhaufen, Austin Silliman up to that 3rd spot in the final transfer position there. Front 3, you can about throw a blanket over the front 3, 2nd and 3rd side by side. Cole Newhaufen looking low.
Now Austin Simmelman running 2nd now, clearing Cole's car in the 8 machine. Austin Simmelman all over Jeffrey Stanton, looking to make a move here down the backstretch. To the inside he goes. Going to pull off a slide job here. Very nicely handled by Austin Simmelman. Now he's going to start opening a gap over Jeffrey Stanton. So scored Stanton in 2nd. Simmelman 1st. Cole Newhaufen holding on to that 3rd and final transfer.
I think we've lost the 72 car. Or no, he's in the 3rd heat. Why was he listed in the 1st heat, KR?
Travis Schurz is the one that I do not have out on the track that should be out there.
At any rate, man, Austin Silverman's taking over the lead. Oh, we have a wreck down there, KR. What's going on?
We got one on his roof. It looks like Cole Newhaufen. And we're going to go through and do a quick replay here. Although caution has not come out.
No cautions in heat races, I do not believe.
All right, well, we'll skip that replay. Cole's going to have to go through the B main to continue on with his night. So unfortunate, we didn't get to see what happened there. But Austin Simmelman has a huge lead now over Jeffrey Stanton.
Working lap 7 of the 10-lap heat race here, and he is just pulled away. Jeffrey's got a nice pad over Chase Barber there in the 191 car in third. So that's your 3 transfers. Austin O'Neill trying to run him down there, but he's about 1.2 seconds behind that transfer spot there.
Ooh, and Chase Barber goes end over end down the backstretch, so that is going to put Austin O'Neill in the transfer spot.
Simmelman's car, man, it looks sexy as hell right now, KR. It's just barely lifting that left front. It looks really, really good right now. He's running middle groove right there, just above. You can see the line in the track there, and he's up there in the moisture, kind of working it a little bit. So he has moved up off the bottom, KR.
The thing that I like about this car is it's not front end happy. It seems very planted. He's getting the power down without upsetting the front end. And checkered flag in the air, Austin Simmelman going to win this. Jeffrey Stanton second, Austin O'Neill third and final transfer.
There you go, Chase Barber, the 191 of Chase Barber, the 5 of Trampus Kolthoff. Well, here, we've already moved on to Heat 2 in my racing lineups, KR.
It's moving quick. We're going to have to do some adjustments. It's our first time doing this kind of format, so bear with us as we get used to dealing with all of this. So our second qualifier, Cody Trammell, is out there in this heat race.
There you go. Now, if my iRacing information is correct, it looks like the 19 of Jody Rosenboom is going to be on the pole for this heat race. Ryan Pace in the 44 outside front row. Your second row is going to be 127 of Stephen Hill on the inside. The 34 of Cody Trammell is starting outside second row.
He should have never told us that.
Right? Your third row is going to be, where am I at here, KR? Fourth and fifth. Yeah, Weston Newell is going to be bringing up in 6, 7, the 77 of Chris Cordner. And I believe your 8th starting car is the 24 of Mike Teschner. Now, do you see why you fired me from doing this before, KR?
I never fired you, Dan. I could never fire you. You make this fun and entertaining for me.
You just like to see me chase my ass all over these iRacing information screens all night long.
Hey, better you than me.
There you go, man. Again, Jody Rosenboom. Big shout out to Rosie's Raceland, Northwest Iowa's premier speed shop. And thanks to Jody and Rosie's Raceland, the winner of tonight's feature will be getting a free Rosie's Racing Land t-shirt, KR.
That they are. It'd be a nice t-shirt to have. Wish I had a little bit more talent for driving these things instead of talking about them.
There you go, man.
All right, so Ryan Union Buster Pace, front row outside.
Did you just say you have talent about talking about them, too?
No, I said I wish I had more talent driving them than talking about them.
Okay, here you go. All right, call it, KR.
Green flag in the air. The 19 of Jody Rosenboom getting a jump over Ryan Pace, but Ryan Pace, oh, wow, Rosenboom way out of control, losing lots of ground, went from hero to last here. Now on the side, all over the place.
Finally spun it out. But again, we will not see a caution in heat race action here. So the 34, Cody Trammell, is your leader. Stephen Hill in the 127 second. Ryan Sheet. Oh, be careful with that last name. And the 10 car is in your small transfer position. 222 of Weston Newell. 12 of Charles Schurz, and Ryan Payson at 44, 6. Jody Rosenboom will have to see if he can get it back going again here. But Cody Trammell, man, they're really battling back there for that third and final transfer spot, KR.
They sure are, but, you know, Ryan Pace started this on front row outside, and within a lap, he is now sitting on the outside looking in, currently scored 6th in a 3-way fight for 4th place. Even that's not going to be good enough.
Funny you mention that. Both your front row starters, Jody Rosenboom and Ryan Payson, the 19 and the 44. Rosenboom looks like he's pulled off. He's 2 laps down. And as you mentioned, Ryan Pace back there in 6th. But again, Cody Trammell, man, looks like he's got this one under control. We're working lap 5 of 10 here.
We got again, 2 Ryan sideways. Sheet. Troy Schurz and Weston Newell in trouble here.
Well, Ryan, that might move Ryan Pace back up into that final transfer spot then.
That has Ryan Pace scored in 4th. Ryan Scheid Man, we should get clarification.
I want to. You know what I want to say.
Yeah. We're probably going to mess up and say it. We're really good at butchering your name. If you have any complaints, contact Dan Smith at 1-800-DON'T-CARE.
There you go, man. All right, we're working laps 7 to 10 here in the second heat race. Again, top 3 going to the A, everybody else to the B. And your top 3 right now is Trammell, Hill, and Sheet. Ryan Pace is trying to chase him down, man, but he's almost a half a second behind there.
We're going on the nose cam of Ryan Pace here. You can see a little bit of the front bumper, and you can see what he has to work with as we're getting ready to get 2 laps to go this time around. So he's got the leaders in sight. He can see the transfer spot, but just cannot close in on the 10 machine of Ryan Sheet.
I'll tell you what, this third heat race, I'm going to be interested. I know Ray Farlow's a catfisher, man, most normally. So this third heat race is going to be interesting because Cody Trammell's handled this thing up there on the middle towards the top here. We have not been around the bottom tonight, KR. They have moved up. So it's going to be interesting to see. But, yeah, Cody Trammell is coming around working lap 10 now. He's got this thing firmly in control. He gets it off turn 4 here, heading down the main stretch. Going to capture the checkered flag here in the second heat race, followed by the 127 of Stephen Hill, the 10 of Ryan Sheet. Everybody else to the B main, which includes Ryan Pace, Weston Newell, and my heats is already reset again, KR.
It goes quick. It goes really, really quick. So we won't get through the results, I guess, but we will be able to mention who makes it and who didn't to some extent.
There you go, man. All right, for this third and final heat, on your poles, the 21 of Chad Beavers. Starting outside front rows, the 2 of Brett Guts Chow. Your second row is going to be the 17 of Bruce Jones and the 72 of Ray Farlow. Starting in your third row on the insides, the 20 of Kenny Beckett, as he said we were supposed to call him. And outside third row is the 77 of Chris Cornder. Bringing up your final rows, the 56 of David Flick. And me, KR, the 8 car of Dan, or the 47 car of Dan Smith.
Dan Smith, one of the broadcasters in the booth, registered for this race because he forgot he was supposed to join me in the booth. He thought he was going to get to drive. Then word came down, Dan, you can't drive. You would think that we ripped his arm off the way he cried. But here he is, and I appreciate, Dan, that you are here with me and not out on the track driving.
That is absolutely not true, other than the fact that, thank God, I'm not out on the track driving. Put pavement down, man, and we'll get out there and get after it.
Yeah, quite the accomplished pavement driver here in iRacing with the iRacing Sprint car. Pavement side.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I seen your stats. I think you're accomplished.
All right, anyway, man, we're going to get going on this third heat here. And on debut night of the SoDiRT SMART Midget Car Series, we never did get around to the SMART thing there. We need to get to that before the feature because that's where it all matters, KR. So don't forget we need to do that at feature time, man.
All right, we'll remember to do that. Chad Bevers, your pole sitter for this race. Outside of him, Brett Guts Chow. And Bruce Jones.
I know, I want to say ka-chow.
I know. That's his new nickname. I don't care what he says. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. Lightning McQueen making an appearance. All right. Be watching row 2. Ray Farlow, Bruce Jones, part of those Farlow Motorsports drivers. These guys work on their midget setups constantly. So with this invert that happened, be watching for them to make a move here in the opening laps.
There you go. I'm not used to seeing Ray in a red car, so going to have to see if I can remember that.
That green flag in the air. Chad Bevers getting a good jump, but Brett hanging tough on the outside, pulling the left front in the air. Going to get a great run down the straightaway here. Put Chad in second, Brett in first. Now Ray Farlow looking to follow on the outside. Going to tuck in behind Bevers here. So Farlow's going to score third, Bruce Jones fourth.
Looks like David Flick lost it down there in 3 and 4. Spun out down there, so he's going to drop to 7th. Got a good race going on back here for the second spot and also the third and final transfer spot as well. Ray Farlow looks like he's moved into that second position pretty solidly now with Chad Beavers in third, Bruce Jones fourth, Chris Cordner fifth.
We go on board with Bruce Jones. You can see he's in third spot here. trying to work a low entry, drifting up high a little bit. Ray Farlow in that second spot just in front of him.
I need to apologize. That was Kenny Paquette that spawned down there that I mentioned earlier in 7th. David Quick is actually running in 6th. But working lap 5 of 10 here in your third and final heat race. Front end lifting just a little bit on Brett's car there, man. So he's definitely hammering it down and getting the power down there, trying to get it down, and it's hooking up. Ray Farlow's kind of comfortable in there. Though, once again, KR, they're all up around the middle groove there.
Nobody really trying the bottom. Everyone just with their right side tires or rear tires above that slick spot on corner entry. Everyone looking for all the grip they can get. All that grip is translating into speed for Chad or Brett Gutchow. What?
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, we'll call him Lightning. Brett Lightning.
According to this heat race, he is Lightning, man. So he's turned a 6.982 lap that last time by, working lap 8 of 10 here. He's out to just over almost a 1 second lead, 0.932. And then Bruce Jones is another second and a half back from Brett there in that third and final transfer spot. And he's got it pretty much locked down, too, with the 77 of Chris Kollner. So they can make the last 2 laps here, KR. I think that's going to be your top 3, man. Brett kind of looks like the car's loosening up a little bit. Front end's wanting to dance on him a little bit there with that left front.
As the fuel is burned off in this thing, it's gotten real light on fuel. Definitely starting to pick the front end up a little bit here. White flag in the air, final lap. Barring a tragic incident, looks like he's going to wrap this heat race number 3 victory up.
Does look to be that way, doesn't it, KR? And here he comes. He's coming off turn 4, going to send it down the front stretch, pick up the checkered flag here. Heat race 3, so your 3 going to the A main is the 2 of Brett Kachow, Mr. Lightning McQueen. In the 72, Ray Farlow, and the 17 of Bruce Jones are your transfers. Everybody else to the B main, KR.
To the B main they go, and we have heat race number 4 coming up now.
Yeah, we do have 4, don't we? I was only showing 3.
All right, so heat race number 4 starting to take to the lineup. Good shot of the pace truck there, but we don't care about the pace truck. We want to see these cars and look at the skins that these guys have put on. Here's a good shot of the 7 machine of Justin Johnson.
Your heat race lineup for the 4th heat. Finally found it, KR. Got to hit those little arrows to page over, man. 32 of Thomas Paquette on the pole. Outside front row is the 11 of Austin O'Neill. 14 of Dakota Schweitzer starting in your 3rd position. 4th position, the 57 of Anthony Lopesto. Starting in your 5th position is going to be the 33 of Ryan Mueller. I know Ryan Mueller personally in real life. He races micros, man. Starting in the 6th position is the 14 of Dakota Schweitzer. Your 7th starting position is going to be the 22 of Kyle Atkinson. So 7 cars in this final heat race, KR. Again, top 3 are going to the A main. Everybody else is going to go to the B to try to figure out who's going to be in that 24-car feature tonight.
Now, the one to watch is the 29 machine of Mark Pinsky. He just recently broke his steering wheel, hooked up his Xbox controller because he wants to race this series bad enough. He's going to try this with an Xbox controller for the first time.
Lord have mercy.
That's all I have to say. He's going to be fun to watch, though.
Yeah, I missed him back there in the 8th spot, too. Starting tail of the field, too. So, see if if he brings that up to the front with an Xbox, oh, my Lord.
Hey. All right, Tom Beckett has control of the field here. Pace car getting ready to pull off. That 32 machine, we'll be watching him. And there he goes, getting the jump.
Man, I thought he was going to jump in the bed of that pickup truck.
Almost did. Got the jump over Tim Smith. Tim Smith on the outside there.
Faux show. So your top 3 right now as they run, Thomas Paquette in the 32, 38 of Timothy Smith, and the 7 of Justin Johnson is your top 3. But Justin's under pressure from the 57 of Anthony Lopresto right now.
Anthony Lopresto doing a slide job on Tim Smith, able to slide into 2nd. So Tim Smith currently scored 3rd, Brian Mueller 4th in the 33. Brian Mueller looking on the outside in, wanting that transfer spot. Gonna have to get around Tim Smith to do it, and might just be able to pull it off down low. Trying to get a run.
So, say I think that's the first car we've seen go down there and try to get a run low. But Thomas Paquette is he's just leaving this field behind, man.
Thomas Beckett definitely getting a good jump out on the field here early in this heat race. Justin Johnson wiggling through 3 and 4 there, almost went into the pits. And Mark Penske currently scored 7th and almost got in the wall there. So Mark Penske looks like he's got this controller thing figured out. Penske, normally a very smooth, very solid driver. You can tell he's struggling with this controller though.
Working lap 5 again here. Thomas Paquette is your leader, followed by Anthony Lepresto, Timothy Smith in that final transfer position, man, with Ryan Mueller about 0.3 of a second back off of him. Ryan is going to be interesting to see if he finally moves up top and finds a little bit of speed to maybe go at him again here before we end this 10-lap heat race. We're working lap 6 right now. Thomas is coming down the main straight, complete lap 6, working lap 7 now, KR.
Thomas Beckett clearly out front, solid lead. Here about 7 laps into this 10-lap heat race. No challenge from anyone around him. But meanwhile, Anthony Lepresto and Tim Smith, UWU drivers, these two were running second and third with Tim Smith in that final transfer spot. Ryan Mueller looking that maybe these guys will make a mistake and he can get up in there.
Yeah, just as I said that a minute ago, Ryan kind of faded back a little bit back there. But it does look like Anthony and Tim have not decided who's going to finish second and third here yet.
No, these two teammates love to mix it up with each other. And the midgets here for sure that Anthony Lepresto doing a great job running second in this heat race. Tim Smith holding on to that final transfer. These guys need to just focus on not hitting each other and just run the race and make it into the A from here.
Yeah, working the final lap here, white flag's out. Thomas Paquette's coming around to take the checker. He's moved down about a car width off the bottom, off of where he's been running to just kind of see what's going on there, I think. But, yeah, there's your checkered flag for heat race 4 here, which is your final heat race this time. I promise you, that was the final heat race this time. Top 3 that's transferred out is the 32 of Thomas Paquette, the 57 of Anthony Lepresto, and Tim Smith was the other transfer, but I've already reset again, KR.
We have, and this is your B main. This is everyone who didn't transfer straight in from their heat race. And we have 19 cars that are going to be in this event. So it's going to be a full B main.
There you go. That means we had, 3 times 4, 12. We're going to have 12 of these 19 cars are going to transfer out of this and go to the 24-car feature. So, again, your top 12 of the 19 running here will transfer out. Your pole sitter looks to be the 191 of Chase Barber. Outside front row is going to be looking at through my numbers here for number 2. Ryan Pace. Yep, Ryan Pace in the 44. Your second row is going to be the 77 of Chris Kinder. We're not going to make it through this lineup. I'm too slow, KR. The 33 of Ryan Mueller will be starting 4th. 5th is the 5 of Travis Kolthoff. 6th place there. Looks like the 222 of Weston Newell. 56 David Flick. And 7 of Justin Johnson. We're digging here, KR. 227 of Dylan Wharton. And 18 of Austin Silverman, a 12 of Tony Schurz. I'm about done here, KR. 17 of Bruce. I had 21 of Chad Beavers. Is in this one here. The 14 of Dakota Schweitzer. Man, these numbers are all over the place. They can make this easier for us, brother.
I tell you what, iRacing, for whatever reason, will not allow our third-party overlay system to access any of the grid lineup unless it is in an official session. So that's why you see us struggling through this, is because we don't really have a good way to do it yet.
Not until once the green comes out, then they line up and we can read through in order there. But right now they're just all over the place. And with 30 cars entered tonight, these numbers are all over the place, man. So at any rate, man, we're getting ready to go here. This B main will be 8 laps. Only
12.
8 laps.
12 laps.
I'm showing 26 minutes, 8 laps, 12 to the feature.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I'm
showing.
Racing shows up there in the left-hand corner, KR.
I'm showing 12. Either way, green flag is out. That we can agree on.
That we can agree on, man. So 191 to Chase Barber down there low. He's going to get, wow.
Chase Barber having the lead here. Ryan Pace jumping the cushion, trying to get it back under him. Going to lose 2 spots with that little mistake that he made, but he's coming right back, charging right back on the outside of Ryan Mueller.
Ryan Pace did drop back the 4th spot there. Your top 4, Chase Barber, Chris Condor, Ryan Mueller, Ryan Pace. Your 12th place runner there.
Currently scored in 12, I have Dakota Schweitzer in the 14 machine.
Yeah, I'm only showing 13 cars. I thought we had 19 cars here, KR.
We had 19 scored, but only 13 made it to the grid.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't screwing up again, man. So there's only, oh, whoa. Look at that crossover there by...
Meanwhile, up front, we got a 3-4 car battle for the lead. Ryan Pace split in the middle, going 3 wide, going to hold on to second with that bold move. Ryan Mueller returning the slide job. Pace was coming down a little bit, had to check up. Ryan Pace getting out of it. Both cars make a little contact but keep going, so score Ryan Pace in second. Ooh, and we got one sideways, multiple sideways.
Oh, Ryan Pace. Ryan Mueller fed the right rear to Ryan Pace there on that move that you was talking about there. I wonder if Ryan's a little upset with that and going to go back after him here for that second position. But right now, Chris Cordner seems to have this under control. We're working lap 7, and if my iRacing's showing right, this is going to be the white flag lap coming. We should be getting the white flag next time by.
Meanwhile, in the final transfer spot, 12th place, Weston Newell. No one around him, so he's running a good lap here. Checkered flag did come out, so good on you. My iRacing was showing 12 laps, and now all of a sudden that checkered flag is out.
Piss poke, yell me a coke. Look at that wheel stand by Chris Codner down the backstretch right there and celebrating the victory here in the B main. So your 12 cars, KR, here we go. Here's who's going to the A main. Chris Cordner, Ryan Mueller, Ryan Pace, David Flick, Chad Beavers, Chase Barber, Mark Pinsky, Justin Johnson, Kyle Atkinson, Travis Kolthoff, Weston Newell, and your final transfer is going to be Dakota Schweitzer. Everybody else is going to put them in a trailer and go home, KR.
Go home they will, but we are not. We're going to have a little bit of a practice session here, about 2 minute of a warm-up session for everyone that made it into the A main. So we're going to watch a little bit of that as these guys work the track here.
Yeah, and this would be a good place to mention this, KR. The way the point system's working here, they're running the USAC type point schedule, and for the SoDiRT SMART Midget Series point schedule, you got qualifying points, 6 through first, scores 1 through 6 points. Then they have heat race position points, top 8, 1 through 8 points, and then the A main. First place 70, so on and so forth, down to 23 points for 20th through 24th. But here's the cool thing, man. Pace Performance Needed has stepped up and offered a bonus points pool. And this is where that SMART comes in. Here's the tie-in, KR. Anybody that finishes the feature on the lead lap with 0 incident points, it's 5 bonus points, which could be huge over this 12 races that they have on the schedule, possible 15 depending on new track releases, KR. So again, 5 bonus points awarded for anybody that finishes the feature on the lead lap with 0 incident points, brought to you by Pace Performance Coatings.
And so speaking of Pace, Ryan Union Buster Pace, that gentleman right there is who we're talking about, part of the Farlow Motorsports team. Doing a great job after his devastating heat race, has made it into the feature from the B main.
There you go, man. He had to work for it tonight. And again, I mentioned that there's 12 races on the schedule for this inaugural season of the SoDiRT SMART Midget Series. And obviously tonight we're here for round 1 at Volusia Speedway Park. The next race coming up is going to be at Volusia Speedway. It's the Snow Bowl No Nats Night 1. Then on March 7th, the Snow Bowl No Nats Night 2. Where Bruce is up with these names, I have no idea. But that's again at Lanier. March 14th at Knoxville Raceway for the Vapor Trails 30. March 21st, Eldora Silver Shootout Night 1 at Eldora. We're lining up for the feature, so I'll hurry here. Eldora, Volusia, Knoxville, Lanier, Eldora, Volusia, and then Lima Land will be added to the schedule if it's released, is my understanding, KR.
That's how I hear it too, and look forward to it being released here in iRacing, and gonna be good to have another dirt track, and it's gonna be exciting times.
That it is. One more thing I want to mention here. We probably won't get through the whole starting lineup by doing this, but there's going to be a SoDiRT SMART Midget Series season champion. They'll be battling for a track championship at each of the 4 tracks. They will also name a Yankee Region champion for points earned north of the Mason-Dixon line and a Rebel Region champion for points earned south of the Mason-Dixon line. So they're going to crown 3 champions this year, KR.
3 separate point styles going out there, 3 separate points champions. So it's definitely an interesting series to be in, and it's going to be fun to watch how this all shakes out.
There you go, man. So, KR, you take the honors this time, man, and read through this list here and get us through somewhat of the starting lineup here for this 30-lap A main.
Well, we got 24 cars. Stephen Hill on the pole for tonight. And with everyone moving, it's going to be just way too hard to accurately tell you where everyone is. So as things shake down, looks like Stephen Hill, Jeffrey Stanton front row, Thomas Beckett, Brett Guschow row 2, Cody Trammell, Austin Simmelman, Ray Farlow, Anthony Lepresto, Austin O'Neill, Ryan Shedite, Bruce Jones, Tim Smith are 11th and 12th, Chris Corner, Ryan Mueller 14th and 13th, Ryan Pace, David Flick are row 8, row 9, Chad Bevers, Chase Barber, row 10, Mark Pinsky with a Xbox controller and Justin Johnson, Kyle Atkinson, Trampus Koltoff, Weston Newell, and Dakota Schweitzer are in the final row.
I'm going with Austin Simmelman for the W tonight. Who you got, KR?
Austin Simmelman looked very solid in his heat race. But, man, it is up in the air as we have a very talented field out here for this opening race tonight. But green flag getting ready to go in the air. We're going to figure this out before too long.
There you go. Here they come.
Green, green, green.
Oh, wow. What a start. They're everywhere, KR.
We got multiple cars, multiple lanes here going into turn 1. Austin Simmelman having to work through the field here. Your pick for the night. Currently scored 7th because there was an invert.
Yeah, I think he jumped the cushion there on the start as well and fell back a little bit there to the 8th position.
Score him in 8th place. We still have cars all over the track.
Thomas Beckett on the move, man. He's taking over the lead there. Sorry to interrupt you, KR, but that was a powerhouse move around Stephen Hill there for the lead.
Yellow flag is out, and it looks like Chris Corner flipping end over end with this yellow flag. We will have a moment to take you on an instant replay and show you just what happened.
While you're showing that replay, KR, I'm going to run through the lineup here and see if, now that they're in order, and see if I can get some information out to the people. So your leaders, 32 of Thomas Paquette, Stephen Hill in 2nd, followed by Cody Trammell, Jeffrey Stanton, Brett Gutchow, Anthony Lepresto, Austin Simmelman, Ray Farlow, Ryan Mueller, Bruce Jones, Austin O'Neill, Ryan Sheet, David Flick, Chase Barber, Ryan Pace, Timothy Smith, Weston Newell, Justin Johnson, Chad Beavers, Mark Pinsky, Kyle Atkinson, Trampus Koltoff, Dakota Schweitzer, and as you mentioned, Chris Cordner with the problems there, KR.
Yep, Chris Cordner having to take a tow, so he is in the pits, going to go laps down. Might be able to make it back out there, but not the way he wanted to spend his first race.
Now, how about that? How about Cody Trammell up there in 3rd? Started in the 5th position, now up to 3rd. Thomas Paquette started in the 5th position. Cody Trammell started, now up to 3rd. Thomas Paquette started in the 3rd position. He's in the race lead. Stephen Hill started pole 2nd. Stanton up there has fell back a couple positions. And again, Austin Simmelman started 6th. He's up 7th now. I thought I seen him jump the cushion there on the start, so we'll have to see how that all plays out. But again, KR, not seeing a whole lot of guys have any success right down there in that light strip there. Everybody's staying pretty much up top. They get down below there, man, they're having a hard time with grip. I think you really got to get down on the wall and really catfish if you want to find anything down there.
With the track resetting each time to 20%, it refreshes the track up, makes it a little bit faster, so everyone is running that high side where there's a lot of grip still, but you can see that inside line definitely has been worn out.
That is for sure. And again, I checked the stats here. It is 20% track state we're starting with. I believe the bites are out on the pace truck, KR.
They sure are. We're getting ready to go green one more time. Here we go. Thomas Beckett with control of the field. Green flag in the air, getting a good start over Stephen Hill. Cody Tremmell tried to jump it a little too much and had to check up.
Yeah, I think the race officials are going to have to take a look at some of that, because I do know they have an orange code rule here in the SoDiRT SMART Midget series. So these starts, that restart might have to, race officials might have to take a look at that, Carol. We got a caution out again, man.
We got one on their lid. It looks like, who was that? Austin Simmelman, the one in trouble here tonight. Going to an instant replay as Austin Simmelman was running inside the top 10. Gets up on his roof on this incident here. We see him coming out of turn 4 right here, right through the middle of the track, 3 wide down the front stretch. Going into turn 1, a little bit of over rotation. The 2 machine, who's in the 2 of Brett Kachow, right in front of him. Austin checked up, rolled back into the throttle, and then the car just did a lazy tip over. So that's going to put Austin Simmelman on the tow truck, as he did not land on his tires and had to take a tow to get out of the way.
Man, I must have jinxed him. He won't ever talk to me, ever. Not that he's ever talked to me. I've never talked to the kid, but he won't talk to me now, man. That's for sure. Kind of jinxed him a bit. So that does reset it a little bit here. Again, we are 10 laps into this 3-lap feature, with Thomas Beckett, your leader, Stephen Hill, followed by Stephen Hill, Cody Tremmell, Jeffrey Stanton, Anthony Lopresto, Brett Kachow, Lightning McQueen. Ray Farlow is there in the 7th position, followed by Ryan Mueller, Austin O'Neill, Ryan Sheet, Bruce Jones, David Flick, your 12, Ryan Pace hanging out back there in 13th. So getting ready to go back green here. One more lap here, KR?
I imagine we're going to do one more lap under yellow, as it looks like the lights have indeed gone out on that pace truck.
Tell you what, Thomas Beckett's going to be hard to beat now that he's out there out front, but just based on the heat race there and what we've seen here so far. So, let's venture a guess here. I think your winner's going to come from those top 3 or 4, I do believe, KR. We'll have to see what the track does here. But with these caution laps, man, this may change a little bit here. But we are early on. We're going to get the green flag and have 11 laps of these 30 in the book. So still plenty of time for this track to wear away, man.
Plenty of time to do it, but not plenty of time under yellow, as Thomas Beckett gets on the loud pedal. Down the front stretch he goes. Great jump on his part, but slide job for second. Oh, and the 2 machine in trouble. The 2 up
Lightning
over
McQueen.
Brett in trouble, lands on his wheel, able to keep going.
KR, I hate to pound away at this horse, man, this dead horse, but there is an orange cone rule here, and they really want you to stay nose to tail until you cross that start-finish line, and I'm not seeing it, brother, on either one of those 2 restarts we've had.
That's going to have to be something that's addressed in the driver's meeting as we watch the replay. Brett Kachow gets up on his right rear only and does a pirouette on the right rear, collects Chase Barber in the process. Unfortunately, Chase Barber landed on his roll cage, had to take a tow to get out of the way.
Do we have any way to see incidents, KR, to know who's in the running for those 5, who's going to be getting those 5 bonus points at this time as they run?
I currently do not have a way, no.
I didn't think so.
I know what you're thinking. I'm a slacker, and you're right.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty rusty tonight in finding the information that I need and seeing what's on my screen, man. So lots of new names I don't know, and cars I don't recognize. So we're trying here, man. Looks like we're going to have one more lap before we get back to green here. We're working lap 14 now, so we'll be completing lap 15 when we go back green, starting lap 16. So about halfway through this race here, KR.
We are with a full field like this, and a first race that, a lot of people here have never raced against each other. definitely leads to a lot of opportunities for yellows. So maybe now we got about 15 laps to go. Everyone's felt these cars out. We got 21 cars. I'm sorry, I take that back. Yeah, 19 cars on track right now. So it should get a little bit better. We might run this thing the rest of the way green.
Green flag,
We
green
might.
flag.
As we say that, green flag comes out. Thomas Beckett.
There they are. 3 wide off turn 4.
Thomas Beckett getting a good jump over Cody Trammell. Stephen Hill.
Thomas Beckett's car's digging hard on those restarts, that's for sure, man. And he's stretching it out here, a little over 0.2 of a second. Oh, wow. What happened there? It looks like Cody Trammell just got taken out, KR.
Anthony Lepresto looked to have lost a lot of ground there. Cody Trammell able to keep going, no issues on his side of things. But Anthony Lepresto had a big slide there. Don't know what happened, but Lepresto able to keep going.
I thought I seen him run up the back of another car there. I thought it was the Trammell. My apologies to Cody on that. He is still running second. But yeah, I thought somebody run up over the back of somebody there, KR. You might want to take a look at that in replays. Okay, so Thomas Beckett, Cody Trammell, Ray Farlow moved up to third. We got another caution, KR.
We do have another caution. Not sure what it's for either. Don't know who lost it. Don't know anything about who's where. Stephen Hill might be.
I'm seeing Brett Kachow talking about, I'm sorry, my fault. So I don't know what that's all about.
Well, let's see if we can catch it in a replay.
While you're doing that, we'll run through the lineup here as they run on track again. Working lap 20 here under caution of the 30-lap A main on debut night for the SoDiRT SMART Midget Series with SoDiRT Racing organization. The 32 of Thomas Beckett, he dominated his heat race. He's been in control here in the feature here. Started third, moved to that that front runner spot pretty damn quick. Cody Trammell second, Ray Farlow now in third, Jeffrey the Jet Stanton fourth, Ryan Sheet fifth, Ryan Mueller, Bruce Jones, Austin O'Neill, David Flick, Weston Newell's your top 10. Then you have Ryan Pace, Anthony Lepresto, Justin Johnson, Timothy Smith, Mark Pinsky, Trampas Kolthoff, and Kachow. Lightning McQueen, Brett Kachow in 17th. And your last car still on the track running right now is the 127 of Stephen Hill. But I'm showing him 13 seconds down, KR, so I'm not sure that he still is on track.
Stephen Hill is on track. The 22 machine, Kyle Atkinson, several laps down, scored behind him. And also Chase Barber on track as well. So we got 21 cars on track right now. Or I'm sorry, 20 cars.
All right, so we've had a couple get repairs and come out there. As usual, another thing is I always watch the front of the pack. Follow the leader for those of you that are familiar with spectating these races. KR kind of keeps track of everything else. So my apologies for that, KR.
That's all right, Dan. I don't expect you to know everything as long as you don't expect me to know everything.
Not going to happen. And here we go. We're going to get the restart here before the track. These restarts are just crazy, man. Thomas Beckett he didn't get quite the jump on Cody Trammell that he wanted right there. I don't think Cody's maybe going to turn up heat here a little bit.
Cody putting some pressure for the first time on Thomas Beckett. Thomas feeling the burn of Cody Trammell. Trammell with a great run on the inside here. Going to try a slide job.
Oh, and the caution comes out. The caution comes out just as he was putting the slide job on KR.
Just as he was doing it, looks like Justin Johnson in trouble here. We're going to go to an instant replay, and it looks like Thomas Beckett going to hold on to his lead.
That he is, and that we just started lap 25 under this caution here, so I'm guessing that we're going to get the green flag again on about lap 27 or 28. So this is going to be a hell of a shootout, a 2 or 3 lap shootout for this win tonight. And again, not only they're fighting for points, they're fighting for a Rosie's Raceland t-shirt, your Northwest Iowa's premier speed shop, KR.
Going to be a great t-shirt to have. We had one car, the 11 machine, get into the tires at pit entrance, bounce up in front of everyone, take out a couple cars in that incident. So the 11 machine, Austin O'Neill, misjudged his corner exit, caught the tires, and that's what caused our yellow.
Here's the thing now. Thomas Paquette knows what Trammell's going to try on this restart here. Is he going to get a good restart? Now that he knows Cody has already showed his hand there when that caution come out, is Cody going to get another shot at it? What about Ray Farlow hanging out there in third? What about the Jet in fourth? Anybody got anything for Thomas Paquette, KR?
Man, I was really impressed with Cody's run there in that brief moment. First time that Thomas had any sort of pressure, anybody to even think about trying to pass him, and it's delivered by Cody Trammell. But I'll tell you what, these restarts, and it's going to be a short 2-lap, 3-lap shootout. Cody's got to get a great restart because Thomas has this thing figured out.
Yep, it's going to be 3 laps, I believe. We're going to be coming around to, I believe the pace lights are out on the truck. So when they cross the start-finish line and take the green flag, they will be working lap 28. So you're correct, KR. It will be a 3-lap shootout. Green-white checker, brother.
Going to be interesting. A lot of people going to try and get a jump. Hopefully we can run these 3 laps out. Thomas Beckett getting ready to get on that throttle pedal. There he goes.
Back there a little bit. There you go. Here we
Bunch the field up.
That penalty right there, man. He passed before the start finish line. Caution just come out.
Bunched the field up. Ryan Pace had to check up. Lots of cars on their lids here.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of penalties handed down on that restart there. There was a lot of passing before the start finish line there, KR.
A lot of passing, but the field just accordion effect, and a lot of people had nowhere to go. This race is going to finish under yellow.
Yeah, you know, and here's the thing, KR, that orange cone rule, that is a direct result of that here in iRacing. It doesn't quite work out the way it does in real life. And, you know, you wish it would, but it doesn't. So, you know, that is what caused that accordion effect. Cody was going, and then he had to check up a little bit. Thomas brought him down for a slow start. And that's what stacked everybody up. But right now, I'm showing Cody Trammell in the lead and Thomas Paquette second.
Looked like he managed to get around him here for this lead. And that being said, this is going to give him the race win.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. Cody Trammell is going to pick up the race win unofficially, followed by Thomas Beckett, Ray Farlow, your top 3. KR, can you work on getting that top 3 in the booth, and along with Jeffrey Stanton, just in case, while this is unofficial, who's your 4th place finisher? Ryan Mueller, Bruce Jones, David Flick, Anthony Lepresto, Mark Pinsky, and Timothy Smith are going to be your top 10 there. Travis Kolthoff, Stephen Hill, Ryan Pace, Ryan Sheet, Brett Kachow, Weston Newell, Austin O'Neill. Brett's going to kill us for doing that all night long. That's for sure, KR. Chase Barber, Kyle Atkinson, Dakota Schweitzer, Austin Silliman, Chad Beavers, Chris Cordner. That is going to round out your 24 finishers here. Okay, Thomas Paquette is the winner, KR. It does look like that they did penalize Cody Trammell.
All right, so Thomas Beckett, your race winner. Where did they score Trammell then? Is it a one spot penalty, or how's that work out?
I'm not sure what the penalty is for this series and what they've got set up, but I'm not showing Cody as the winner anymore. We'll have to figure out what the series decided to do there. But we got Cody in here, so let's go ahead and talk to Cody. Well, he was in our channel.
We got him. We got Cody in here.
All right, let's start off with Cody here, since there's a little bit of controversy with the win here. We're not so sure you won the race, Cody. What's your feelings on that?
I mean, that caution came out. I mean, I got to get around on him to the start when it said green. So, I mean, when green says go, you go. So, it's just up to the admin. So, we'll see what happens.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you, and I see where you're coming from. I do know this series has an orange cone rule where you have to stay nose to tail to the start-finish line on the restarts, Cody, is what the controversy is about, just in case you weren't aware of that. So, other than that, man, do you feel like, let's talk to you just a little bit more before we get to Thomas Paquette here. Do you feel like you showed your hand a little early there on that second to last caution that come out when you throwed the slider on him?
It was close. I mean, I just run monitor view. I don't really can see where everybody's at. So, I mean, if I went back and watched replay, it might be a little soon, but either way, it was going to be a heck of a race between me and Thomas.
That it was, Cody, and I'm sorry if you got penalized there, man. But very nice run tonight, and congratulations on wherever you finished at, man. Just be proud of the showing that you put on, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's probably the best I ever ran in the midgets. So it's good to actually run with the fast guys for once and actually show my talent.
There you go, man. Why don't you give a shout out to your sponsors and all that stuff real quick before we let you, Cody?
I'd like to thank Raymond Excavating and Trucking, Celtic Magazine Company, and Bloomfield Sandblasting. I mean, that's my real sponsors and all my real cars. So can't give a thanks to them. And thank you guys for doing the broadcast. And thank Bruce for putting on the show tonight.
All right, thanks a lot, Cody, man, and thanks for putting on a hell of a show, man. For what it's worth, it was very enjoyable to watch you pressure Thomas up there late in a race like that, man.
Thank you, guys.
All right, KR, we're going to move on to the winner now. I believe who's going to be called the official winner, but we don't know yet. The 32 of Thomas McKett. Thomas, tell us about what happened there, man.
All right. Maybe he's not there.
All right. Maybe he's not then. All right, let's move on, and we'll just go ahead and start off with we got second place finisher Ray Farlow.
Guys. Oh, right, there he is. All right, Thomas.
Thomas, a little bit of controversy here at the end of the race, but let's talk about that first, man. How do you see what happened?
Well, I really didn't see what happened there. I think what happened was he passed me before the flag stand. I know that said green, 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 but they said the rules was to follow behind until you're to the flag stand. So I think that's what happened. I don't know, but I took the high side, which was slick, and I spun the tires, which allowed him to get underneath me, which he pushed me through that whole race. So he done a good job.
I agree with you. Did he kind of show you a little something on that second to last caution when he threw the slider on you? And was that in your mind on that last restart?
Yeah, I knew it was coming. That's the reason why when he did that slider, I'd done the crossover on him, and it was going to be a fun race if that yellow hadn't come out.
That's for sure, man. You were very, very dominant in your heat race, and you went out here and you started third and put it up front rather quickly there. Talk to us about your race and how it played out and some of the strategy that was going through your head.
Well, basically my strategy was to try to win, but now right before the race, I decided to move the right rear out just a little bit, and it seemed like it hooked the car up really well.
Now, we've seen through the heat races and the feature, nobody really went down to the bottom to try anything or in that slick. You guys all stayed up there. We'll call it top groove is where we'll call it. I look at it as the center, but did you ever think about maybe moving down a little bit?
No, sir, because there wasn't really much room between the wall and where the slick started, so you'd really have to let out of it to get down there where there was any bite. So the top groove was just the way to go.
Right on, Thomas. How about you give us some shout-outs to your sponsors and any mentions that you want to make before we get you out of here, man?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the good Lord, and I also want to thank my wife for letting me do this, and I want to thank the guys for putting this show on. They're doing a great job, and everybody here they're all great, so a bunch of friendly guys.
There you go. Now, you know you got a T-shirt on the way, right? Tonight's winner got a Rosie's Raceland T-shirt, so you going to wear that proud?
You betcha, buddy.
All right, Thomas, thanks for the hell of a show tonight. Congratulations on your win on the debut night of the SoDiRT SMART Midget Series, brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right, KR, who we got next, man?
Man, we got Ray Farlow, part of the Farlow Motorsports team. And this guy, he snuck into second place on us.
That he did. Ray Farlow, tell us about your race, man. You kind of hung out 5th, 6th, 7th place back in there, and then all of a sudden, next thing we know, you're in third. And due to the controversy at end, you finished second.
Yeah, we got stuck back there. I think 7th place for the grid after the inverts, and I knew the track was going to be really slick, and I was just going to run high and just wait on other people's mistakes, and a few of them mistakes was made, and I was able to move up a little bit.
Well, you called it. You done exactly opposite of what I thought you'd do. I figured you'd be down there catfishing around the bottom, but as the heat races played out and everything else, nobody ever really went down there really against the wall. Did you ever think about going down way down there below that slick line and seeing if there was anything? I mean, I know how well you like it down there.
Well, we practiced the car quite a bit earlier this evening, and I tried going down there and never could get a good feeling down there. So I was committed to run the top the whole race. I had the car set up. I had to loosen it up a little bit for that main event. But yeah, felt like I had the car hooked up pretty good.
There you go, man. Like I said, you was back there, and like you said, you was hanging out and things like that. And the next thing we know, you're in third. What'd you think about that last restart?
Well, that was wild. I don't know exactly what happened. I hadn't went back and watched the replay. Whoever won that race, shout out to them. I mean, that was great racing between them two. I was hoping for a few more green flag runs and hoping that I could catch up to them and battle with them, but it didn't work out that way. But shout out to Thomas or Cody, whoever won the race.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Thomas that wins the race, and that's the way the iRacing standings are showing too. So Cody got dropped, but so at any rate, man, debut night of the SoDiRT Racing organization, SoDiRT SMART Midget Series, brought to you by Performance Pace Coatings. Did you make it through without any incidents, Ray?
No, I think I had a couple. I think they were both under caution actually, but no, I had a couple incident points.
Now, looking forward as the season progresses, that extra 5 points for finishing on the lead lap with 0 incidents, has that entered your mind at all? I mean, that could be a big player over a 12 or 15 race season.
Yeah, that's gonna be big. I mean, you just gotta be patient and just avoid everybody else's stuff. I mean, you can't help getting a bump under caution, but yeah, I mean, that's gonna be big important. All them bonus points are important.
I agree 100%, man. All right, before we get out of here on your second place runner-up finish here on debut night, man, shout out to your sponsors and anybody else you want to shout out.
Oh yeah, big shout out to everybody on Farlow Motorsports. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do this. We work hard about every night on setups. Hoosier Racing Tires, Pace Performance Coatings, and Bruce for putting this on, and you guys for broadcasting.
Hey, one more thing before we let you go, Ray. Heading into 2 races back-to-back, February 28th and March 7th for the Snow Bowl known as Night 1 and 2. I swear Bruce comes up with the weirdest names, man. But heading to your favorite track, Lanier, what's your thoughts going into the next 2 races, man?
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I really like Lanier. I've done really well there, and any chance I get to go there and race, that's pretty exciting.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. All right, congratulations on your runner-up finish tonight, Ray.
Appreciate it, fellas.
KR, I got a few more minutes here. You want to drag Bruce Jones up here?
Sure, I would love to have a conversation with Bruce Jones, the league admin, operator, owner of this series, and we can get a chance to talk to him and get a little feel for what's coming up and what this league is all about.
I agree with you 100%, and I'm hogging these Victory Lane interviews from you, KR, but I'm going to keep on that right now. Bruce, so much to talk about here on debut night of this SoDiRT Racing, SoDiRT SMART Midget Series. Lots of controversy tonight, but let's start off. You want to start off with negatives, positives, or you want to do it sandwich style, man?
Hey, we can do it any way you want, baby.
All right, man. Talk to me like that. You'll get me all excited. All right, let's start off with some positives, man. 30 cars entered for debut night.
Yeah, that's awesome. It was a great turnout. I was thinking, I think you and I talked this afternoon, and I thought if we had 25, it'd be outstanding, and we wound up with 30. So great deal.
No, I'm gonna put
that many cars. That gives us, 4 heats. If you can get to 30 cars, you get, or 31 cars, you get 4 heats like we had. So it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to put you on Front Street there, Bruce. You said 15 to 20 you would be happy, so you pretty much doubled what was going to make you happy, man.
Yeah, you're right. We'll take it.
All right, man. So lots of cool stuff, lots of big names in the dirt iRacing world here tonight with Austin Silman from VLR, and again, I'm trying to learn these names. I don't hang around the dirt crowds too much, so in iRacing anyway. But lots of positives from tonight. Before we talk about the controversy, Bruce, what's some of the other positives that you're going to take out of this debut night before you've really had a chance to digest it all?
The driving, I think, was really clean. Guys were listening on the radio. Oftentimes, everybody was real apologetic when they made a mistake and, fessed up right away. Not one time did we have a caution where somebody didn't already fess up before anybody had to say anything. Very apologetic group. These guys are so fun to run with. They drive clean. I know we had sort of a odd track. I don't think people probably practice that sort of track condition. That's not a track condition you always get in the official series either. Little slick in the center there and dried out, and Altogether, though, I think as a group, these guys are going to be fun to run with for 12 weeks.
I agree with you. The racing throughout the field, in the heat races and the B main and the feature, the racing was all really, really good. Seen some guys kind of flexing some muscle in those heat races, and it didn't necessarily play out that way in the feature, other than Thomas. But Cody, man, let's talk about the controversy now. Cody Trammell, man, I'm telling you that he looked like he was very, very strong there late in the feature. There, he never really pushed it hard till towards the end there. But let's talk about the orange cone rule. And I mentioned in the broadcast that every restart looked kind of hairy. I don't know if you feel the same way, but tell me your thoughts on what happened there. Let's talk about this last restart that affected the winner here first, and then we'll talk about everything else from there.
Yeah, so what we do in this league, it's a little like J-Skins used to do. We used to have the orange cone rule there where you couldn't pass to the left. You could pass to the right. In this league, we tried to simplify it and say, hey, stay in the tire tracks of the guy in front of you until you get to the flag stand, at which point you can fan out and do whatever you want. And I could tell from where I was in, 10th place that people were getting a little itchy up front and not necessarily following those rules. So we were reminding them over the radio on each restart, hey, clean it up. Stay in the tire tracks of the guy in front of you until you get to the flag stand. It's that simple. Don't get out of your lane. Follow the guy in front of you. And I didn't know anything had happened until quite a ways after the feature was over. I was just sitting there looking at the results going, how did Thomas win? What happened here? And then Cody says, I think I jumped him on the start. He got kind of into the wall a little bit, and I jumped him. I got a black flag. But he didn't get DQ'd, so, he scores the points for, I think it gave him a 12th place finish. But, it didn't DQ him and throw him out there and last or second to last, whatever it would have been.
Right. Agree with you. And I totally understand the orange. I was talking a little bit with KR about that in the broadcast, and I mentioned to him that, in real life, it works a little different in iRacing versus real life. And do you think maybe, I don't know, man. I think when you go back and watch all the restarts, I didn't see anything that was, that we could say, oh, this guy's cheating, this guy's trying to jump the starts or anything else. I think it's a product of these slick tracks here on iRacing that causes starts like that. Or have you had a chance to really digest any of that yet?
Yeah, I looked, that track condition, I think maybe is a cause of some of it where, guys are, if the leader starts up at the top, the whole, we're all single file. You should follow them single file through the flag stand. What people tend to do is, I'm going to jump on the guy. I'm not going to pass him, but I'm also not going to be single file. So we'll go back and look at it and make sure that nobody was jumping the gun and that there weren't any passes made. You would have gotten a black flag either way, I would guess, if you were passing to the left, which I think everybody's kind of protecting the high side anyway. So if there were any passes made, they would have been to the left, which would have resulted in a black flag if they were before the flag stand anyway.
Right. Agree with you, man. Agree with you 100%. So just like I said, the only reason I'm pressing this so hard, Bruce, is just for clarification as we move forward. So if, people see people kind of fanning out before the start finish line there and not necessarily in the tire tracks, that's going to be okay. Just don't complete the pass.
Correct. Do your best to stay in the tire tracks and, at worst, don't pass the guy. At worst, you're going to get a black flag if you do, and what's going to happen is what happened to Cody.
Right. Again, and that's on. I thought I misspoke in the broadcast and mentioned that the league admins would have to take a look at that. But you have that programmed into iRacing, correct?
Yep. We're gonna take the results sheet from the night, put it into Dan Lisa, just upload the sheet directly, and it will figure out our points for us. We've set the season up, so it's all automatic.
Have you had a chance to look at race results yet, Bruce? I'm interested to know if anybody actually received this Pace Performance Coatings bonus award, man.
I'm looking at it right now. Let's see. Thomas had a 0. Jeffrey had a 0. I had a 0. Trampus had a 0. Cody had a 0. So there's, 6 guys with 0 incidents. So there's 5 bonus points to those 6 guys.
Man, those 5 bonus points are going to be huge for Cody too, with Hat getting dropped down to 12th there for on the finish there. So a little bit of sunshine on a dark, cloudy day for him here, man.
Yeah, that's right. You know, because that's really the difference between what eighth and third in a heat, or fifth and first in a heat. It's 5 points. So
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah, that it is. All right, man. That's the bad part of the middle of the sandwich, man. So let's go get out of here. I'm gonna turn it over to KR, and we'll let KR be the other slice of bread in the sandwich. How's that sound, brother?
Sounds good to me. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome, man.
All right, guys, you heard it. That was Bruce Jones, league owner, operator, whatever you want to call him. We appreciate his time here and efforts, talents for putting this stuff on. It's not easy to do this kind of stuff, is it, Dan?
No, it's not, especially for somebody that's tech challenged like me, man. It's, and again, I don't want to, the league admin stuff is just insanely difficult and challenging to do in things like this. And hats off to Bruce and his team for making that happen. KR, what you do is pretty hard to do as well, man, to keep up with all the cameras and everything else. So hats off to any broadcasters that do this and pull it off without a hitch, man.
Without a hitch, not so much. But while we can, let's go through our results. First place, Thomas Beckett. Man, he put on a heck of a show, led almost every lap. In fact, I think he did lead every lap. Not sure how he'll get scored on that. Ray Farlow second. Jeffrey the Jet Stanton in third. Ryan Mueller fourth. Bruce Old Balls Jones fifth. David Flick sixth. Seventh, Anthony Lepresto with teammate Tim Smith following right behind him in eighth. Trampus Koltoff ninth. 10th, Stephen Hill. Ryan Pace in 11th. Cody Trammell 12th. 13th, Mark Pinsky. 14th, Ryan Scheidt. And 15th, Brett Lightning McQueen. Ka-chow, guts-chow. You want to take over, Dan?
Sure. Weston Newell is going to be your 16th place finisher. Austin O'Neill, Justin Johnson, Chase Barber, Kyle Atkinson, Dakota Schweitzer, Austin Silverman. I can't believe I'm reading Austin Silverman in 22nd position there. Chad Beavers and Chris Cornder rounds out your 24-car A-main field here for debut night. Biggest disappointment night, if they had a disappointment award, I'd have to say to have to go to Austin Silverman, KR.
It's never a good thing when you get crashed out, and it can happen to anyone no matter how good you are. So just keep that in mind.
There you go, man. I do feel bad for Cody Trammell, but I feel like there's some clarification moving forward for these guys moving into next week with that rule. And again, that was iRacing that made the call, so it wasn't like it was an opinion call on anybody.
Nope. And so all of that being said, we've spent enough time chit-chatting. Let's wrap this up here. We got to thank Pace Performance Coatings. Very appreciative of what they've done for this broadcast and making this a reality. And also Rosie's Raceland. Guys, make sure you check them out on Facebook. Great place to get a hold of them. And the t-shirt going to Thomas Beckett tonight.
There you go, man. JMS Broadcasting Solutions, YouTube channel, KR. You broadcast all kinds of races, man. So, and growing. Anybody wants to have the races broadcasted, how do they do that, KR?
They can just reach out to me and or Jason Brown, but probably should reach out to me since I'm a very specific individual on Facebook. You can look me up at Outlaw77S and or KR Stolfus on Facebook. So, guys, that's going to do it for me. Dan, would you like to get us out of here?
No, I think I'll do that on you. I'll leave that to you. I've done enough talking tonight, but thanks for having me tonight, KR. By the way, I will not be here for next week's race. I'll be in Sebring, Florida.
Oh, all right, man. Well, good luck to you out there. And, guys, that's going to do it for us here at Volusia opening night in the SoDiRT SMART Midget series. Guys, look forward to next week. And until then, have a good night.